understand the difference between these, the standard sentences, the yes or no questions, the information questions, the corresponding verb, etc., etc., etc. No? They are very different, very, very different among each other, and they need a specific application. Let me do a little change here because we need this. This is 217. And here we go. So, do you understand these structures in this moment?
Yes.
Totally sure. Completely sure.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Let me check that because this is very difficult. And it's very important to understand very, very well. Is this and the gossip transitions? Yes. Here. Oops. 101. 217. Perfect. Okay. I am making this because we have specific applications per structure, right? Structure number 1 and number 2, not number 1, goes about the transitions in past. Structure number 2 is about questions, how to gossip questions. Structure number 3, number 4, about the corresponding verb. Structure number 5 talks about suggestion. Which is suggestion over here. The person suggested that, using should. Structure number 6 is about petitions, requests for things, and structure number 7 is about orders. Each of them corresponds to one structure. Each of them corresponds to one theory. We have the theory of the transitions, the questions, the corresponding verb, requests and orders. See? That is the general idea of this part. In this moment, I need you to practice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you understand the mechanics of the structures in English. For that, we are going to study something called complex verbs. Okay? This is number 309. Complex verbs. We need to understand the difference between one verb and another, what's the principal verb, what's the composition of an idea, etc. This class is super important for understanding the mechanics in English. Pay attention, guys. This is super important. When you are using the gossip structures, Your brain is looking for the verb. Your brain is looking for the verb. Do you remember the synonym for looking for? Synonym for
Watch
looking
for?
for?
Yes.
Close. Can you repeat, Benji?
Watch for?
Watch for? That's not watch for. Search. Excellent, brother. Look for is similar to search. So when you are gossiping, you are looking for the verb in the sentence. You are searching the verb in the sentence. So let's understand this sentence. I don't know. I have not talked to her in months. Juan. This specific structure is a literal speech for Juan. And when we are gossiping, we need to identify the verb. No? Here you have how many ideas? How many ideas do you have in this sentence? You know, what is an idea, no? Okay. What is an idea? Let's start with over there. Standard for components of an idea in English. Let's start here, no? These three are the standard components of an idea in English: the person, the verb, and the complement. Do you agree, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
If we have this in mind, then we need to understand what components are the verb. We are looking for the verb. Remember, we are searching the verb. So then, in this sentence, in the Juan's expression, how many ideas are there? Who can tell me? Two ideas, no?
Right.
What is idea number one? Tell me, Brian.
I don't know.
Excellent.
That was the idea.
Literally. You are so correct. So correct. Idea number one is I don't know. This is the first idea that we need to consider. This. I don't know is idea number one. You see? And then, what is the other idea, Cesar?
I have not talked to her in months.
Totally correct. I have not talked to her in months. This is how we identify that there are two ideas. And for that reason, we need to add two gossip sequences. Because one gossip corresponds to one idea. You see what I mean? Let me put this over here. Yeah. We have two ideas, and for that reason, we need two gossips. This is step number one. in this moment. Any question?
No.
Perfect.
No.
Okay. In the two ideas, we have verbs, right? And these verbs correspond. See, if it's person verb complement and person verb complement, how many verbs are there? If it's two ideas, we have two verbs. Exactly. The first verb includes the negative don't know, including the auxiliary. And the second is have not talked. Eliminate the I. Have not talked. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Right? Do you understand why don't is a verb? Why don't is a verb, guys?
Because it's a complement to verb.
Complement to verb. That's confusing because complement to verb sounds similar to person verb complement.
No. Okay.
No?
It's similar. No, don't is the verb be.
Oh,
In
no.
no. Sorry.
No, they're
Don't,
very different concepts.
don't plus the verb no is similar to phrasal verbs.
You are creating aleatory random rules that don't exist. Let me help you. The principal verb is the verb know. But when you collocate don't, you understand this is present. Because how do you say don't know in past?
Didn't know.
Didn't know. So don't or didn't are modifiers. They change the verb. They help the verb. And when you help the verb, you are using an auxiliary. Auxiliary equals help. Similar to Spanish, right? And what is the help? The best help for a verb. The best help for a verb is the auxiliary do, because it represents,
This.
again, just a second, do, because
Do.
it represents
No.
present, represents routines. Did, because it represents past. Have, because it represents periods of time. Or check your structure handbook. What else does it represent?
In life.
Incomplete, Laurita. In life, what?
Mm,
In my life.
In my life. What in my life? In my life, what?
Experience in my life.
Experience in my life. Very good. Experience in my life. Or what other does it represent?
Possession.
Possession, no, because in this case we are talking about auxiliaries.
Only auxiliary.
Only auxiliaries. Check your handbook.
Past participle.
Past participle. That's not a
A
representation.
model? Had.
I'm not talking about grammar. No. I'm talking about the context of the conversation, of the idea.
Present, past.
Present, past. Okay, Brian, you're close here, but
Present.
or
Is
present
had.
or past?
Recent. REC.
Pronunciation, brother.
Maybe it could be my pronunciation.
Yes,
Recent.
pronunciation.
Recent. Recent. Recent.
Recent.
Recent past.
Exactly, recent past, brother. Very good. We are talking about recent past. I repeat, I'm not talking about grammar. This is not grammar. This is the conversation, the situation of the conversation.
The verb to be.
The verb to be? What about the verb to be?
So the help for a verb.
Another helper, no? Yes, of
Okay.
course.
Am as, perdón. Excuse me. Am is are.
Is another helper. This represent the actions happening right now.
Yes. Now.
Actions happening right now because we say I am doing, you are watching, we are listening, she is speaking. No?
Yes. Future. Right now.
And finally, which one represents?
Was and where.
Was and where, which is another, was and where represent what?
Interrupted actions.
Interrupted actions. And finally, what is a structure? What auxiliary represents past before past?
Had.
Exactly. You see, guys? So the auxiliary, you need to remember that the auxiliary exists to help the verb. Attention, take a note. The auxiliary exists to help the verb. For that reason, we need to consider them as part of the verb. They go together. The auxiliary and the verb goes always together. Okay? Because the auxiliary help the verb. And that's the reason in this screen you can see the verb is not know. Not only know, because this is in negative, no? What is the verb in this case?
Don't know.
Don't know. Together. You see? In the second example, have not talked. Together is only one verb. So step number 2, you need to find the verbs. Step number 2, find the verbs. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Finally, we go to step number 3. And step number 3 is very easy. Change the persons and possessives. Right? Who is the person in the first sequence?
He.
And
Juan.
Juan, no? So when you gossip, you cannot say I. What is the person corresponding to I?
Juan.
What is the person corresponding to Juan?
He.
Exactly. The person Juan needs to transform to the person he. This. The person I needs to transform again. We have the person I, no? We have a second he. Right? And then the third, we have the word her. What happens to the word her in this case?
doesn't change.
Doesn't change. Why not, Brian?
I don't know.
Why not? What do you mean?
I just know it. I
Just know
guess.
Why here
Because
doesn't change, guys?
the idea is the same.
Okay.
He's talking about a third person, and when you are gossiping, you also are talking about a third person.
Right. Exactly. And you, if you don't change the third person, it's not necessary to change the third person. It's the same person. You know, the first person is totally changing because it's different to say Juan than Fernando, than Brian, than Laura, than Cesar, no? So yeah, I cannot use I. That's totally incorrect. But the second part is not necessary to change. It depends on the context again. It really, really depends on the conversation. You get it, guys?
Yes.
Right? So if you have this in mind, we can go to step 4. Step 4 is about the gossip. Right? Help me with the gossip, Benji.
The to gossip.
The gossip for, well, the gossip is complete. There are 2 ideas, yes, but it's
Yes.
a unit all together.
He He don't knew.
He don't knew. Gossip. If we say, okay, the auxiliary is don't and is together with the verb, no?
Oh, yes, sí.
The auxiliary is
The
held.
auxiliary include the past of the verb.
Exactly. That's the principal part. The verb is just a verb. The auxiliary is the most important part. Always.
Okay. In this first part, he don't know. He he haven't he have not told to her in months.
Okay. So what's the answer? I'm lost. I don't understand. Can you help me?
No, the second part is he had not. No.
Okay, but why second part? Complete the whole communication.
He had not told
That's
to
not
her in
complete.
months.
And what happened to part one?
Okay, he don't know. He had not talked to her in months.
Is that the gossip? We need to gossip. How do you gossip, Benji?
Okay. Juan told.
Nice. Okay. Okay.
Juan told
Told
that
who?
that Juan told her.
Here. How do you know he's speaking to her?
No.
Exactly. There's no listener.
Only Juan said.
Exactly. Much better. Continue.
Juan said that he don't know. He had not told to her in months.
Close. What is the principal rule of gossip?
That the verb is in past.
Exactly. We can never gossip in present. Don't know is present.
Okay, yeah.
You see?
Yes.
Action.
Okay. Juan said that he didn't know. He had not told to her in months.
That's right. Finally, the verbs are perfect. But we need to connect. Because you have, how many gossips do you have?
Two gossips.
Two gossips, no? Which are two sequences. Well, when that happens, you need to include the connector and.
Okay.
Because yes, we have the connector that, but this is for the first section. Juan said that he didn't know. This is idea number one. He didn't know. And again, that, and then idea number two. He hadn't talked to her in months.
Okay.
You see the connection?
Yes.
So the most important part, people, is that you have a normal communication. Yes, it's too much theory. Yes, there are so many formulas, but all the formulas are only the structure, the fundamentals for a normal conversation. You need to communicate the gossip normally to me. Gossip. As a normal conversation, because we need to connect everything normally. So the best solution in this case is the 4 steps. Number 1, find the ideas. Number 2, find the verbs. Number 3, change the persons and possessives. And number 4, gossip with the formulas. This is the strategy for the exam. Easy or difficult?
I have a question.
Action, Brian. Tell me.
In the second sentence, it is already in past, right? And is you when you are gossiping, you need to transform past to past before past, or
Yes, that's right. Because in English exists a second past.
and in your example and in your answer, is that past before past or just
Past before past is auxiliary had.
had?
Mm.
Okay.
Which is structure number 8. If you see your structures handbook, you are going to find it as structure number.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, have you found it?
Yes.
Here it is.
I didn't find it, but yeah. Okay.
That's the one.
Thank you.
Look at how auxiliary had is used in structure number 8. But if you go to structure number 6, it's have.
Mm-hmm.
See? They are different. Very different. One occurs in the present and the other occurred in the past.
Yes, that was my.
That was your question.
Yes. Thank you.
Now you, after all these years, you understand how. That's the application. Another question. No more?
No, teacher, in this moment, no.
All right.
No.
Fantastic. Because now I'm going to teach you how to find the verb. Because I can see in the gossips that you have many problems with the verb in particular. How do we find the verb? Okay, let's understand something super important. Sometimes verbs are groups of words, like in the previous example. Look at this example here. Amanda's high school talent show. Amanda's high school talent show has been in increasing popularity in recent days. I want you to observe the word has been. You can say, okay, what is the verb? No? The verb is
Has been.
complete, exactly. The word has been together. Only been is incomplete. What is has been? That's why if you say, I been in Mexico, that sounds incomplete. You know? Or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Right? I need the auxiliary. The auxiliary is a very important component of this. Let's read this section. Help me, Isti. Read this part.
The verb sometimes is not only one word. The verb should contain all the words that correspond to the action.
Again. What should it contain?
Correct. No, the verb should contain all the words that correspond to the action.
Excellent.
These include.
Okay, let's go to the dictionary.
Yes. Include. Include.
What?
And
This symbol is not E.
include.
Exactly.
Include.
Include.
I include, you include, and he, she, it.
Include is no.
Okay, complete.
This includes no. Include this.
There's no additional syllable.
This.
No additional syllable.
The singular is include.
Well, verbs are not singular and plural. No. It's I include,
okay.
you include, and he, she, it.
Plus s.
Pronunciation.
Include. Includes.
No extra syllable.
Includes. No.
Excellent. Yes.
Includes. Includes.
You see?
Okay.
Includes.
So one more time.
This includes. This includes the auxiliary, the connectors, and the secondary verbs. The verb starts where the subject ends, and the verb ends when the complement starts.
That's correct. This is so important, eh? The verb starts where the subject ends, which is the end of the subject is the start of the verb, like this. The end of the subject is the start of the verb. And the verb ends when the complement starts, including all the connectors, secondary verbs, and everything. All the different components. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Take a note
Yes.
while GC passes attendance. Hello, yes. Good morning.
Hi. Good morning. Thank you. So I will take attendance. Hugo.
Hugo absent.
All right. Hello.
Present here.
Hi, Leon.
Hello. Hello.
Thank you. Benji.
Present.
Hello, Benji. Thank you. Steve.
Present.
Hi, Steve. Good morning. Thank you. Charlie.
Charlie absent.
All right. Cesar.
Here.
Cesar, yes.
Hi, Cesar.
Hi.
Thank you.
Thank you too.
Elsie.
Sí, ahí sí estaba
Azul.
aquí.
All
¿Se salió?
Okay. Brian.
Brian, yes.
I am here.
Hi, Brian. Thank you. And Arturo.
Absent.
All right. So that's all.
Yes, of
Thank you,
course.
everyone. Have a nice night.
You too, girl. Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
You're welcome.
Good. Okay. So this is it, right? This is the theory. So let's find the verb in these ideas. Okay? Verb phrases are common in the English language, and their word order is key to ensuring a sentence is grammatically correct. In other words, find the complex noun, the complex verb. That's easier. He has lived in New York for 2 years. Caesar, what's the verb in the first example?
Has lived.
You are correct. That's the verb. Very good. Laurita, what's the verb in the second example?
The verb is apply.
The verb is apply. That's totally incorrect, incomplete.
Because it might apply.
Much better, exactly. Might apply, including the modal.
Okay. It's with modal.
Exactly. The modal
Okay.
is another auxiliary.
Yes. Okay.
And tell me, Benji, what is the verb in the next one?
Will go.
Will go. That is totally correct, including the modal again. You see, you need to think about the verbs as a group, always. If you study these sections, you will understand that they correspond to my structures handbook. The first structure is a present perfect structure, or structure. Let's change the name. Structure 6. Exactly.
6.
And the other two is a model structure, number 7.
7.
Yeah. Number 7 and number 7. Structure 6, structure 7, and structure 7. The first one is auxiliary, the second is a modal, and the second is a modal. You see? Okay, teacher, I understand. But what happens? What happens to the other examples? For example, what happens if I have a for example, I need to go to the bathroom, right? In this case, what is the verb is?
Need.
Need to go.
So Isti said need, and Laurita said need to go. Right?
Mhm.
Technically, in this case, the verb goes all together, including the go. This, in simple terminology, this is a structure too. Routines. Right? But we have a second verb. The first verb is in present. Routines. Or present. No, let's say present. And the second verb is something called infinitive. What is an infinitive verb? An infinitive verb is the connector to plus simple form. Take a very important attention to these two, because this is the most important part. The verb is complete, need to go, but you need to consider that the secondary verb is also part of the verb. Super important. Only the first verb receives time. So you cannot say things like, I needed to went, you know?
No.
Right? Why this is incorrect?
All.
But
But
why?
because because the auxiliary in past is did.
Exactly, okay. Uh-huh.
And the second verb don't is it has not changed.
It doesn't.
It
It doesn't
doesn't.
change.
It doesn't change.
That's right. The secondary verb doesn't change. Never, guys? Because the secondary verb doesn't receive the time. Only the first. The first verb is the one that receives the action. Never use a conjugation after connector to. Never, people. This is a very important alert you need to take. Whoa, this is not English. What's going on? Here we go. Do you understand now?
Yes.
Let's try with the next one. I have always wanted to travel to Disneyland. Tell me, Benji, what's the verb in this case?
Have always wanted.
Have always wanted. Incorrect. It's incomplete. And always is not a verb.
No,
Another,
because is between of the two verbs. For this reason, I
you included it, no?
included. Yes.
That's nice, and that's a good observation. But the position doesn't determine that this is a verb. You know?
Okay.
The word always is a time expression. Right? Time expressions, let's take a note about that. Also, time expressions are not part of the verb. Even when they are collocated between the verb. Time expressions determine the conjugation, but they are not part of the verb. Never, never.
Okay.
Try again.
Have wanted.
Have wanted. Nice. Yes, but incomplete.
In this case, are three verbs.
Close. You need to distinguish auxiliaries.
Okay. And
we need to find the principal verb and the secondary verb.
Okay. In this case, have is the auxiliary, and then wanted to travel is the verbs.
Wanted to travel as the verbs. Okay, yes, okay, But remember, the auxiliary is part of the verb, You cannot separate them. It's together.
Okay.
What is the first verb? Like here in
The
this
first
case.
verb. Have wanted.
Have wanted. Very good. Have wanted. This is the first verb. Not including always. You see? Have wanted periods of time. Structure 6. Right? Have wanted. And the secondary verb?
To travel.
To travel. This is the secondary verb. Secondary verb, infinitive, 2 plus simple form. The complete structure, including all of this, excluding always, of course, you need to eliminate always. All of this is structure 6. See what I mean?
Yes, teacher.
Easy or difficult?
We need
questions.
to analyze all the sentence.
Yes. For that reason, it's super important to understand the portions of sentences in English, because Number one is different to Spanish. And number two, all English speakers speak in this format. This is the format that American people use. Person, verb, complement. And the verb is a group of words. That you need to detect. You need to have the ability to detect the complete structure. Right? Questions?
No, teacher.
Super sure.
Yes.
Okay. I have another question. In this sentence, let's try this. Do you like to watch soccer on TV? Is this a question or an affirmation?
Question.
It's a question, right?
Mhm.
Steve, what's the verb in this case?
The verb include auxiliary. Do you like to watch? No.
Do you
Do
like
you
to
like
watch?
to watch?
Include the auxiliary, I like it. But is you a verb?
No.
Exactly. So you cannot say that this is the verb.
Only like to watch?
Only like to watch. And what happened to the auxiliary?
Transform in past.
Why transform? We are only detecting the verb. Only. We are not gossiping in this moment. We are looking for the verb.
To watch.
Only to watch?
Oh, teacher is confused this form.
Okay. Tell me, what is the question?
No, for me it's like the verb is like to watch.
Like to watch. Okay. But you said something contradictory because you said auxiliary is included, no?
And the steps, yes,
Exactly.
I dimension.
So don't omit the auxiliary.
Okay.
What's the verb?
Do you like to watch?
Is you a person? Is you
No.
a verb?
No.
Then
I have to eliminate the subject.
totally. Because this is not a verb. You are finding the verb, not the subject. You need to discriminate the portions of information. What portion is the person? What portion is the verb?
Do like to watch? No.
Do like to watch. This is the first verb. Ta-da!
To like. The
Exactly.
second verb is to watch.
And the second verb, exactly, which is in infinitive form, similar to the others. To watch.
Okay.
That's the verb. The conglomeration of the two portions create a structure number
two.
exactly. Structure number 2 in format of question. This is structure number 2. Routines. In question format. This is English, guys. We are detecting, we are discriminating the verb independent to the subject and the verb independent to the complement. Discrimination is good. No, guys, don't clip that. don't tell anybody I said that. But it's important to separate the verb. Very important to separate the verb and the auxiliary. And most importantly, to consider the auxiliary as a verb, not as an independent entity. The auxiliary do, does, and did are not independent entities. Let's also take a note. Auxiliaries are not independent to the verb, especially in questions. Questions?
In this case, no, teacher.
Is it more clear?
Yes, teacher. It's
Yes.
clear.
Very good. Very, very good. So then let's practice. We are going to find the verb in the next ideas. I'm writing more examples. Hey, just a second. Okay. Let's practice with this. The following ideas represent normal ideas. Okay? Your mission is to find the verb in these different ideas. Okay? So let's try to do number 1. Tell me, Brian, what is the verb in the first sentence? Please read the sentence completely and then tell me the verb.
Okay. The chatty teenager talks on the phone all day.
Right.
And the verb is talks.
You are totally correct. That's right. The verb is talks. Only talks in this case, no? Good. Let's pass to the next one. Go, Isti, number 2.
Her, toe,
Oh, yes, pronunciation.
her toe,
Pronunciation.
tough.
Yes, tough.
Tough.
Okay, her tough boyfriend always wears baggy, wrinkled pants.
Excellent. Good pronunciation. Very good.
The verb is only wears.
Very good, girl. Excellent. Probably we are not sure what is baggy, what is wrinkled, but we can understand that this is not the verb. No? Totally right. Very good. Next. Caesar.
Okay. Mm, where happy is the first verb.
First read. Read the sentence. First.
Okay, were you happy to see me coming?
Nice. Remember, the verb is a unit. There is no such thing as one verb and two verbs. No, it's a unit altogether.
Okay, we're happy.
We're happy. That's incorrect. Happy is an adjective.
Oh. Okay. See, only see.
Only see. That's incorrect.
No, yeah, where is verb?
Okay.
And see. Yes, where is see?
Where is see? Right?
Yes.
Almost. Something important that we saw in previous ideas is that the secondary verb, what is the secondary verb?
Infinitive.
And what is infinitive?
Wanted.
Infinitive?
No. Okay, sorry. I travel. To travel.
That's right. What is infinitive according to the theory?
To más simple form.
Más is Spanish.
Plus simple form.
That's right. So you cannot eliminate the connector to.
Yes. Okay.
You see?
Yes.
What is the verb?
Where to see.
Where to see. Totally correct. Where to see. That's the verb. Do you remember that you use the connector to for everything?
Yes.
You can now identify that the connector to is only for verbs. Only for verbs and destinations. And finish.
Okay, I remember this rule.
Perfect. So when you say to, consider, is this a verb?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, that's the most important part. Let me collect it here. Complex verb. Good. Let's pass to number 4. Help me, Laurita. What is the verb in number 4?
The sentence is, she has been joining dance groups to improve her skills. The verb is has been joining the first verb. The second verb is to improve.
Very good. And the complete complex verb?
Has been joining.
Incomplete. What happened to part 2?
To part 2 is to improve.
So complete, what is a complex verb?
Has been joining. Joining.
Incomplete. And the second part?
A second part.
Yeah, the complex verb is a full thing, including the first part and the second part.
Yes. The first part is has been joining.
That's first part.
Yes.
The second part?
Second part is to improve.
To improve. And the complete complex verb?
Has been joining to improve.
Exactly.
Okay.
The complete complex verb is has been joining to improve. That's the complete sequence.
Okay. Yes.
You see?
I understand you.
Excellent, Laurita.
Yes, thanks.
Next, Benji.
Play making.
What again? But first read a complete idea.
The sentence 5 say the happy child is making a mess.
What is a complex verb?
Complex verb. Making.
Making. Incomplete. You need, when you say ing, you need an auxiliary. Necessary.
Okay. Then is the answer is making.
Is making. That is a complex verb, including the auxiliary. The full thing. Good. Number 6. Brian.
The butler with the mustache clearly agrees with you. And the verb is clearly agrees.
You are incorrect.
Ah,
Clearly is an adverb. That's not included in the complex verb.
so it's just agrees.
Exactly, it's just agrees.
Okay.
Yes, of course. Unnecessary verbs. It's like, for example, always.
Ah, okay.
Always was in the middle of the verb, but that is not part of the verb.
Yeah, I got it.
Similar case. Perfect. Number 7. Go, Easty.
If I hadn't know, it was a costume party. I would have come dressed as Dracula. Okay. 2 ideas.
2 ideas. Very good. So 2 ideas equals 2 complex verbs.
2. The first verb is had not, now.
Contract? Don't separate.
Hadn't, no.
Pronunciation, no in past participle.
Had, no.
Pronunciation, no in past participle.
No.
No is present.
No in past participle. Not? No.
Known, exactly. There's an N.
No.
Yes. So, complex verb number 1.
Hadn't, no.
Pronunciation?
No. Known.
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 Excellent. Known.
Hadn't known.
Uh-huh.
And
second,
it was. No. It was.
okay.
Was.
Yes, was. There's another here, but that's an independent verb. If I hadn't known, person verb complement. It was a costume party, person verb complement.
Okay.
What about the rest?
Would have come dressed.
Almost. Dressed is a description.
Dressed is a description. Dressed as Dracula. Only would have come.
Very good, girl. That's correct.
Would have come. Okay.
Would have come. That is totally correct. And this is the way you detect the complex verb, my people. Let's continue tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm going to give you very complex gossips and you are going to gossip.
Yes.
So number 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is tomorrow's task. If you want to practice for tomorrow, finish it and we check it tomorrow.
Okay.
Right?
Thank you.
Excellent class, my people. What a fantastic class. I give you your summary later, right?
Okay.
The class is very interesting.
Very, yes. That's super nice. Super nice, Laurita. Thank you very much.
Thanks, teacher. Good night, everyone.
Have a good night. See you tomorrow.
Good night.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye. Bye.